video going out to my shop to show what I got to do to get it going. This is a garage, but so yeah, I'm gonna walk out here. Pretty cold out here right now. I'm not sure how cold it is, but I haven't been out here today. So I come in here, turn on the lights. Several setups going. This is my heater that I bought. Got a pretty good deal on it. Got the whole setup for $20, the bottle and everything, and it even had propane in it when I got it. So I need to get that fired up. So I guess I better try to hold the camera a little steadier. Maybe I should just trying something different here. But so I have this propane torch here, and I use that to light this. So and I guess I'll be able to do this one-handed. Probably not. So I guess I'm going to set this down over here. And I assume you'll be able to see what's going on over there. There we go. Yeah. Okay. So you gotta open the valve. It's got a little igniter thing down here, or valve that opens it up. So I just hold that button down a little bit for a little while, and until I make sure that it's going. That's it. Then it will get red hot there. I'll just leave this out just in case I need to use it again. So that's how I do that. And I guess you can hear it, maybe. That's the flames. Then I use this little heater. I bought this at the auction. Works pretty good. There's the controls up there. I just leave it on full blast. And then I had another one around here. I'd like to be able to turn this around right here on the screen so I could talk to you, and I don't know if you're able to see me there or not. You know, I'm looking at the back of my phone. I know that when you take a picture that you're able to flip it around, but I don't see that option here on the screen when I'm making this video. So regardless of that, probably don't need to look at me anyway. But here's a knife I'm working on. I'll set it down here. Just a little, I'm not even sure what kind of wood this is. I received the metal and the wood as Christmas gifts from my brother and sister-in-law. So here's a knife I made some time ago. I just kind of use it as a shop knife. So not even sure what, probably 1095. That's what this is here, is 1095. So, my grinder, of course. I had to unplug it last night because it was thundering or storming out, and I don't like to have it plugged in when the weather's like that, because when the electricity goes out, I don't want it to burn up my VFD when it comes back on. So I ran out here in the sleet and rain and snow and just unplugged it. This VFD don't have an off and on switch. You just leave them on. But yeah, as you can see, it's starting to dip red hot now. It takes a little while for it to warm up in here. There's a bunch of stuff that I've acquired. You know, welder, gauges, motor over there, toolboxes, cut and torch setup back there. I'm not a hunter, but I have a bunch of racks up there on the wall that I've gotten various garage sales and things like that. Pretty nice one right there. I built this for storage, you know, toolboxes and whatnot. Toolboxes over there, tools all over the floor, another air compressor. Here's the main one I use. Table saw right here. I was using to cut up some knife scales. Right here. I do believe that this is some sort of wood from Africa. I can't remember what it's called. It's pretty hard though. I forget what it is on the some sort of scale they have for wood. I forget what it is. I think it starts with a J, Jankum or something like that. But yeah, this is my old knife grinder that I used for a while until I got the TW90 over there. It still runs, and I use it from time to time on the flat belt. I mean, this ain't the original motor I had on it for a long time. I had just a regular, I think it was a compressor motor. It wasn't one of these totally enclosed ones, fan cooled. People freak out when you have one of those open motors like that. And I suppose after time it will ruin the brushes and the armature and whatnot, but I never had no problem with mine, and it still ran. I just got a good deal on this and put it on there. 3-step pulley system. Still works. But yeah, she's warming up in here now. And then I'll turn it around and warm up that space. I need to do something with this area up here. Instead of putting sheetrock up and stuff, we decided to go with this rigid insulation up here. I just never did finish putting it up. So I got most of it up though. Probably going to have to buy a couple more pieces. Plug this light in. Yeah, so put it up there. Got a bunch of bullshit up there too. Bunch of wood right there. I think there's leather in that box. Little saw up there. Yeah, I really need to get up there and finish this. It would help keep the warmth in here. Yeah. Used to have a window right there. And it turned out that on the outside, right there, is where the siding would meet up, and there's a joint right there, and there's a stud right there, 2x4 stud for the wall. Then of course it was leaking right there, and I ended up taking all the siding off on the outside and replacing it, and I didn't put the window back in because I didn't want the same thing to happen right there. I mean, even after I had all the flashing, you know, the tar paper, and I did all that stuff around there, and it still leaked because of the siding. I probably could have done it, put it back, the window back in. The window's actually right, where is that thing? Oh, the window's right there. Oh, there's another little heater I bought a few years back. I used to run also. But yeah, I'll just probably board this up somehow. And the stereo I use, have one over there that runs on Bluetooth from the main base inside the house there. These are called satellite speakers, and it works all the way out here. So you look out here, there's a garage, and then on the other side there is where you go into the house there. But it still plays. So what I need, I got a project over here. Well, this is just bullshit, but this dagger here, I need to finish. I had it almost done one time, and I had posted stuff about it. It was paper micarta spacers and aluminum that I made. And then when I went to epoxy it all together, it was all screwed up, and I just didn't like the outcome, so I just tore it all apart before it actually set up and real good, and threw everything away. So then I decided to go with the leather spacers, which I have here. I just need to cut them all out and slide them over this. Slide them over this tang here. And then, yeah, this is soldered on there. Are we focusing? I guess. But it's not a bad little piece. Well, it's pretty big actually, but yeah. I really need to get her finished. I always get, oh yeah, this piece of micarta was my original thing. Let's see. This is what I was going with. Get that on there. But what I think I'll do is I'll just make a few spacers and put them on there. Maybe cut this piece of micarta and put some other spacers on the top or something, and then drill a hole in that tang right there, and right in there where it's wider. know why that's not focusing very good. Pay all this money for these damn cameras, they don't work for shit. But I guess I'm not real good at making videos, but yeah, see where it's soldered on there. So, and there's actually a hamon in there somewhere. Oh well, yep, you can see it right there. I might etch it after I get it all set up. Yeah, so there's that. There we go. Sure wish I knew how to make this turn around so I could just talk right at the thing there. I guess you need to do that in the editing. I still don't know how to edit, but that red box down there is full of files. Got my oil back there and an old acetylene bottle. And cut the valve and the top off. I need to weld some support on the sides there and keep it back there, but when I'm out here and I'm quenching a knife, I'm always worried about it, me accidentally hitting it and it tipping over. With some support on the side, it wouldn't be so easy. This is my knife, or not knife, rock vibrator. It's not a tumbler. It's like a vibrating unit. So I was doing some rocks out here, and it's like the same that they use for brass shells, but heavier duty. I think you can get about 10 or 12 pounds of rocks in here. There's one that's left over. Looks to be a piece of agate. Pretty nice piece. But yeah. Got a rock saw right there. 6-inch trim saw. The Rock Rascal. She runs. Nice little vise I bought at an auction. So I know it's made in China, but been a good vise. Loosen up these things on the side and it rotates. And you have the jaws for pipe and whatnot on this side. So not all things China are created unequally. That's a pretty good vise. I think I paid around $62.50 for it. Then of course it swivels this way. Loosen these up. So it's a pretty good vise. I like it. And here's my beat up old drill press that I bought. I think I paid $30 for this at a yard sale in Casper. And that was hell. 10 years ago, 11 years ago, 12 years ago. I mean, she still works. I did have to replace this switch. I just bought one on Amazon and changed it out. Just works on the step pulley system in there. I just leave it on this one setting. That's the lowest it'll go. It has the, tells you what speed for each setting on the step pulleys there. So here's a knife I probably should finish one day. I have a bad habit of starting projects and I don't finish them. I'm not real good at the detail work, I guess. I mean, yeah. I got one back here. This was my first, well, no, not my first attempt. This maybe the second or the third attempt. Kind of a blocky handle, kind of a W49 variant there, if you will. That's when I learned all about the convex grind thing. I didn't like that. I like more of a flat grind, but as you can see, that little nick right there, I don't think my heat treat was up to par. Of course, back then, I didn't have the 3-burner Majestic Forge. I was just using that torch back there. And I don't even, I didn't have no dedicated quench oil. I was just using motor oil. I have some oil back there. Some quench oil back there that I bought. I think that was like $95 or something for 5 gallons. And I think it ended up being like $145 to get it shipped up here in Texas. There's an anvil, or 2 anvils. I should probably do a video about one of those things. This is a, I'm not sure what that is. Chinesium one. But the one underneath it there, that's a Fisher. Probably 100 and... Oh, yeah, it's 100 pounds. That's what it is. Piece of railroad track. But there's some numbers on there, but yeah, it's a Fisher. Yeah, that one right there, I think that means it's 100 pounds. So if that was a 2, it'd be 200. But it's not bad. Somebody had a dedicated reason to make some rings of some sort on here. That Hardy didn't come with it. I bought this up the street at a yard sale, and I walked right by it, going off to the shop to buy some other things or to look at some other things, and when I was going, I came back out, and all of a sudden I looked down there, and there it was. I'm glad I did, because there was somebody there that right after I asked about it, they seen me asking about it, and I know the guy, and he probably would have bought it, but luckily I got there just seconds before he seen it, and I had asked the man, and I offered him $100 for it, and he seemed a bit surprised that I was willing to pay that for that big old hunk of metal there. He goes, "You give me $100 for that?" And I said, "Yeah." And he took it. And the other guy, that he's just standing there looking at me, shaking his head there. So I have a couple more anvils back here. See, I got a light here. There's that one back there. There's a hay button. And this one is Peter Wright. So I think they're both around 150 pounders. 148 or whatever, something like that. It's roughly 150 pounds. But bunch of files there. Yeah, I was working on this thing. I really had a bad day. You know, it started out as a hollow grind. That didn't work. Then I thought, well, I'll just turn it into a flat grind, which is what Travis Wirtz does. Hollow grinds at first and then flat grinds. And my plunge lines are all fucked up. I don't know, I might could fix it. I think this is what is that shit? 5160, I think. Yeah, 5160. Various. Oh, here's one right here. So I can do a flat grind. And again, I just can't finish it. So that's another knife. So I got these two that need finished. That one up there. That dagger over there. Yeah. For some reason I get that point. Oh, here's another one. So yeah, I need to pop those off. I'll finish shaping them, or just pop them off and, oh well, just pop them off and epoxy them on there, clean up the blade a little bit, and just fucking call it good. I mean, oh, here's another one. So these are basically the same knife. Sorry about this camera action here. I know it's bullshit. But, so I mean, I can actually make a knife. I just need to be more committed, if you will. But what else I got? I'm not sure which way this camera should be, but oh well. Piece of steel here. What is this shit? 1084? 1080? And this is a piece of 1095. Yeah. I bought this piece of 3/4 inch round stock for my grinder here. Where you have these attachments for the grinder here. These are the ones that come with it. Hardened steel. I don't think that's hardened. I can probably harden it. But oh, here's the setup here with the long bar, and I can't remember what that's called. And the plate there. So this goes in there like that. So I bought that stock So I would have more flexibility in how high and how low. And this is probably good enough for that, but on this other stuff, but yeah. Guess I could turn this on, you know, make sure everything's set and tight. It's pretty nice. When I first got this, I was kind of shocked. When I was looking at it, and I seen those lights, and I'm like, well, how do you, you know, so you got start and stop there, but how do you actually turn it off? Here's the opening for one of these toggle switches to go in there, so you could hook it up to do that. But it wasn't provided with the grinder. So I actually got a hold of Travis Wertz, and he said, you don't need that. He said that he had grinders that he's had plugged in for years. He said that he could provide me with one, or a source to get one. And he didn't mind doing that, but he would almost guarantee that I'll just turn that heater around so that'll heat up that area. But he said that he would guarantee that after a few years that I'd be buying a new VFD, basically, is what he meant, because of some internal capacitors or MOSFETs or whatever. But I guess just the action of just turning it off and on will wear something out in there. So I just told him, I said, well, you know more about it than I do, so I won't be ordering the part. But if I know that I'm not going to be out here for a long period of time, and I know about the weather, I unplug it, because I don't need to be buying a new VFD. And that's the 3-phase motor right there, running off 110, which I'm losing horsepower there, but that's fine. But, yeah, just a bunch of odds and ends. Here's the Aaron Gaw knife making jig there that I made right after I decided to try to make some knives differently than using a grinder. I mean, literally a bench grinder. And it does work. And I have made a knife. I still have, well, I don't have one. Maybe I don't have it over here. I used to have a piece of dowel with a file on it that you need to use. Oh yeah, here's another one that I've made. The old olive green Lincoln Micarta there that I bought at the Denver Custom Knife Show years ago. And I haven't made it back to that. I'd like to go back and again sometime. Bunch of various drill bits there. Probably need to get rid of most of those. My welding hood up there. I should probably take that down and get some sun so those batteries can charge. Bunch of vices or clamps that I use. I bought all these black ones at a yard sale up in Idaho. So, yeah, that yard sale was just right around the corner from where I used to live and where I grew up. Here's the the swag table there, which actually costs more than that Bauer portable bandsaw there, but it works pretty good. Pretty happy with it. I didn't opt for the fence there, or the guide, whatever they call it. I think that's like $65 for that thing. But one day I'll get it. I'll come up with some. And here's another grinder that 4x, what is it, 4x36 these. I use it from time to time. There's another welder that don't work. Power's on, but it don't do anything. I don't know why. Bunch of tools down here. I think these are what are these? I thought they were mat coats. I do have some. Diesel shop. These are, I don't know what that is. SP. But yeah. There's some regular. These are Protos, 1 3/4 inches. Inch and 7/8. Proto also. Is it a Proto? Yep, Proto. I think most of those in there are Protos. Yeah, here's an old tin can I found out in the prairie. Just like that. So I'm not sure if it just fell off somebody's pack and it just rotted away on the side there because it's not open, or they just opened it up and with their knife or something and just dumped the shit out in the thing there. Yeah, when I bought these tools, this awesome unit was with their, I can't remember what it's called. It's some sort of diesel specialized, I don't even know, timing gear, some sort of thing to put on. But got a torque wrench in here. 1/2 drive, that's also a Proto. Yeah. Bunch of sharpening steels over there. I really need to get this shop cleaned out. Kind of need to have a bigger shop or throw a bunch of shit away. These are interesting. These Variacs. When I first got this one, which I bought at the auction, I was going to use it to control this grinder. This one had a different motor on it. And it did. I plugged it in and it ran it. And it did adjust the speed. But then, and I didn't run it for very long. I got on Google or somewhere, or some forum or something, and one of the guys on there was saying, yeah, it's going to work, but you're going to burn up your windings or something, you know, and all this stuff. And he was saying about it smelling funny. And indeed, I did notice the short time I ran it, you know, a little unfamiliar smell emitting from the motor. So once I realized that that wasn't the way to go, I didn't want to ruin my motor because I didn't have another one. I quit using it, but I did acquire another one, and why I have them, I don't know. I could probably sell them on eBay. I always have this idea in my head, if I get rid of something a week later, I'll be needing it, which has happened. But anyway, I got a whole bunch of hammers back there. Rock hammers, chipping hammers, ball peens, forging, just all kinds of shit out there. Bunch of hammer heads. And I guess you've seen all these handles. But some pretty unique hammers in there. I could just make a video about those things. Look at all the shit piled up from this saw on there when I was cutting. A fucking mess. Bunch of stuff in there. These are my wart things. Well, a bunch of files in there. I mean, these Milwaukee's. Knife steels. Piles. Can't twist clamps there. That thing's full of dies. Or taps, I mean. Probably a few dies in there, but mostly taps. Just all kinds of shit. I bought these at an auction too. A lot of brand new ones. A lot of metric. But what did I have into these things? $18 or something? Used ones. This, here's some. Yeah, those are dies there. NPT. Okay. Get it over. No. Good shape. So my old heat treating oven there. There's a heater facing this way, burning me up. A couple toolboxes. I bought these toolboxes. That one's declined, obviously. And this one is, oh shit, fucking avalanche. Sears. So, I guess that's pre-Craftsman. I bought them both for $40. Just right down the street. So, pretty good deal there. Got a whole bunch of bullshit in them. Pretty nice box. Sorting through those drivers when you need one spun. A bunch of drill bits. More stuff. Somebody did some scrimshaw on this bone. Thought it was ivory at first, but I'm sure it's not. This odds and ends. Pretty cool picture up there. It's So you're getting a little glare, but guys getting that bear. I bought it because it reminded me of that story about Ka-Bar knives. I was saying something about killing a bear, or however, and then they got Ka-Bar out of it. So, kind of in the nick of time is the name of the, I don't think it's a painting or something, but I don't know if it's focusing in on there. But anyway, yeah, I bought it at the auction because I liked it. It reminded me of Ka-Bar knives. But there it hangs. But, yeah. Well, I guess I should probably, this is my vacuum pump system. I don't have no cactus juice. I use the Minwax, which I know people say it don't work, but you know, it's like $90 for a gallon of that cactus juice. I just haven't, I can't bring myself to buying any. Of course, by the time those are like $12 and change a piece. So, you know, what do you do? But I'm not really stabilizing a whole hell of a lot of handle material to warrant buying that much, but I will get some. I just got it out so I could do these. They were a gift, and I don't know if they were stabilized or not. So, and they weren't, I could tell. I guess, so, I mean, when I got them, I didn't know. So when I put them in the pot there, I realized that they weren't. So I need to finish shaping up this handle, do some cleanup, and that's probably what I should be doing right now. Anyway, all right, well, I'm going to stop this video and get busy, and thank you very much for your time. Later.